Hello everybody, this is Hidden Inside here with Lego Transformers Torcmaster, who was a name that was given to me by my mom earlier this morning. So that's his name. Here he is in his full robot mode. But yeah, this is the combiner from last night. But I'm going to be telling another one of my childhood stories of like when I was younger, such as when I was at the homeless shelter. Now, this is another story on an idiot, but you know what? It's fine. It's been a while since I last did it, so why not? Gotta share the love. So, let's see. We already talked about the day I may have probably ruined his type of reputation that he might have had, and or any type of reputation he had. It's by making him fall for a dead man. Well, let's see. What else did we do? Yeah. That's a good one to go with. Okay. So, one day I'm down there just, running my own business. Just taking care of some of the kids there. Just helping them out with their homework. Tutoring, basically. Well, let's just say Smart Guy McGee, aka Idiot, if you don't know. Let's just say he was not exactly too happy because we were actually supposed to be doing a Lego building contest where the adults gotta choose what builds Idiot and myself had to do. Now, his greatest excuse was, I don't know how to do that. I don't have an imagination. And that's the key factor that I was trying to put into him. Like, he needs to build himself some type of imagination. That's all I'm trying to do, is just get him to think on his toes a little. Bend the rules a little. Like, it's not a bad idea to bend the rules a little bit. Unless it's some type of, unless it's a few other cases, then, yeah, I'm gonna have to, other types of cases, then I'm gonna have to say, yeah, you're gonna have to, not to break that rule. But when I say break some rules, or bend some rules, I mean just in the case of, like, hold on. Okay. And so, what I ended up doing was, one of the builds we were tasked to make was a racetrack that had race cars on it. Okay. I don't really know how to say this nicely for idiots, but I think he was missing, the nicest way I could put it is he was missing a couple of components to what he was supposed to be making, such as the actual cars themselves. Wink wink, nudge nudge, hint hint. Either that or he was missing the track. And believe me when I say this, the adults made it explicitly clear that they wanted a race track with some race cars. So, if that's not something you would have wanted to do, then believe me, it's not exactly easy to do, because at the time, if you ask me anything about racing, the only thing you would get out of me is, What kind of voodoo hoodoo you talking about? Because I've never seen anything racing related or anything of that sort. So you'd be basically having a confused younger me, trying to figure out what you're talking about. If you ever spoke about like anything racing related, you basically have me confused. But I suppose that's the good thing about living life is that you do live and learn. Now, in Idiot's case, I think he has to figure out how to anything about learning, because I don't think he learned anything about how to learn. At least I don't think. I could be wrong now, but at the time, you might as well just consider all hope of keeping his dignity, his pride and joy, if you will, a goodbye. Basically. So I just said, okay, I'm just gonna... In my case, I just said, YOLO, I'm just gonna tempt fate and see what happens. Not exactly knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's one thing that I do advocate some people try to do is just at least try to let your imaginations run wild. As long as your imagination ain't dealing with some... As long as you're at least not trying to think of anything weird. And when I say weird, I mean like things that could probably put yourself in jail. Because, yeah, if you have those type of thoughts, show me your nearest therapist. I just want to talk. Just want to have a little word. You're a therapist and you're a psychiatrist or something. I just want to have a word. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a word. Now, yeah. Now, as for Idiot himself, I could at least... I would have been nice and cut him some slack by at least saying, well, I could teach you, but every time I did try to say that, I just get yelled at. And he starts claiming that my builds are his. So much so that it caused all the adults there to even start saying, there's a new rule implemented, and that one rule is, you build your own LD. Can't say anybody else can make your own builds. Now, I was perfectly fine with this because, let's face it, I try not to cheat in any way. Might happen on accident. If it does, I'll take it. I'll take it and say, I'll take it on the chin and just say, well, time to grin and bear. Even if I may not like it, at least grin and bear it. That at least does something. And at least shows that I'm willing to at least take some type of punishment. Boy, did a good old Idiot hate that one rule. He got so pissed off. And I wish I was making this up. But he ended up freaking out. All the way to his own, all the way to their room, or unit / room, whatever you want to call it. And so I just said, okay, I guess he's not going to be eating tonight. Well, time to hit the old dusty trail. Because in my case, I was thinking, okay, there's no way he's going to be that far, or, what's the word I'm looking for? Idiotic just to go back in for round 2, baby, yeah! Sorry, I had to do that little joke. And so we ended up going a couple other rounds, actually. Such as, oh dang it, come on. Hold on. Okay. Well, let's just say, idiot. Poor idiot. He could not win for losing, basically. For as many things he tried to do, I at least gotta give him some credit for at least trying in some cases, but there are other cases that I'm just like, I think I shouldn't even try to give him credit. Because, let's just say, all his builds were just single blocked when it came to vehicles. And I'm pretty sure no one likes to see a vehicle that's only one blocked that couldn't even, that looks like it can't even transform into crap. And that's something that I'm even criticizing myself right now for, because I mean, this might not be single blocked, but I mean, it does not even look like it should be changing into anything. But I digress. So, what happened to Idiot? Well, let's just say he might have. Well, let's just say he had gotten to a decent place afterwards. But someone still hated me for basically making it a fool out of him. Which, I mean, I could say, yeah, probably for, yeah, you could hate me for that, but at the same time, I'm not the one who told him to fall for it. Because all I did was apply the joke because I was not even paying attention. Plus, I didn't even know who the hell Ted Cassidy was. To further segment it in, as soon as all in, let's just say as soon as I did find out that I said the joke, let's just say I was, you might as well just consider me an idiot. Because there was no way in hell you would have there's basically no way you would have gotten me to say, okay, yeah, I did say that. Because, I mean, that's literally how stupid it sounds. Even on paper, it sounds stupid to this day. Like, I somehow outsmarted a 5th grader outsmarting a 7th grader. Sounds ridiculous on both paper and in real life. Okay, yeah, I got some support, personal support. Okay. Just get that. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, basically that's basically what happened. And well, I could probably tell if an idiot decides to strike this video down. He might be a bit dumber than I may have thought. Okay, got that there. Now we just chop it off with. I think so. And so, I mean, you could say, but he didn't try. That's mean to do to your friend. And in some cases, I'd agree. But there are some cases that you at least gotta say it's a lost cause. And, what can I say? That was one of those cases that I had to say, yeah, it's probably a lost cause. Okay, so now just come on. Yep. And continuing on with some more stories from that. Or let's say I have a friend who does hate homework as much as I did, or as much as I still do to this day, because the very concept of having to do work at home is legislated towards me, one that it would basically burn, and I would not give anything for. But I at least try to understand from another perspective, like from the law perspective. Like, yes, it is important because otherwise, you're gonna be basically having students trying to pull something that idiot was somewhat trying to pull off. That was basically not turning in his work when he actually needed to turn it in. What I mean by that? Well, let's just say idiot did not turn in his homework for around 2 to 3 months. And let's say that pissed me off because he's claiming that I'm supposed to be the one who's going to be doing it when I clearly said, like many times, I will tutor for free. Keyword, tutor. It doesn't mean will do anyone's homework for them, because, good God, was my homework already obnoxious enough? And already hard enough for me, at least, because at the time I was just basically saying, do I have to help others out? Homework's already bad enough, do I have to help others out? But I did say on myself, like, it's probably for the best. I do at least hope. because some of the kids there at the time, well, they were relatively around my age at the time. When I say relatively around my age, I mean like when I was like 10. So, don't want to go on national news or get criticized by others just because he's fucking old. He's a 20-year-old talking to kids. Like, seriously, you're not gonna give me benefit of the doubt and just say, "Oh, hey, it means like it when he was a kid." Okay. No, apparently I have to explain that, and that ain't something I really like to have to explain. But gotta, in order to get others to at least understand where I'm coming from. So I guess I'm gonna have to. Now, what? And I found this out. Let's say Idiot was not too keen on being my friend, because I made his life basically a living hell. Because he brought out, I'd say, another personality of mine, which I would consider be quite the painful type of person you would not want to be near. Like, if you were to be in the relative vicinity of like 10 miles, if not more, you'd be wishing you hadn't even came near that vicinity. Because, the state that he brought out was something the adults called Drill Sergeant Mark. And basically what that was like a personality of mine that was based around, I would say maybe my old grandpa from me mother's side. So I just simply said, oh, what I did to make his life a living hell? Well, let's just say you'd love his exercise routine. He had a runner on the playground doing around 500 laps. I then had to insult to injury by having him do around 500 push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, if not more. The only times I would primarily add it up is if Idiot was dumb enough to even attempt to talk smack to the adults. Now, the adults did try to give Idiot, my bad, some leeway. By at least trying to give him a day off from my exercises. But did he take up on the offer? It's both a yes and a no. I mean, yes, he did take up on it verbally, but by saying like, yes, I'll take up on the offer. But from how he acted afterwards, yeah, I'm gonna have to say no on that one, Chief. And it's also what caused him to get even more added in next time I had to deal with him. And you could say I was his worst nightmare. But yeah. Hold on. Come on, get in there. I'll just get that attached. Get this attached. Come on. You know you wanna. Just attach right there. There we go. Okay, hold on. Okay. But yeah. Here we have the torcmaster and alt mode. And so this has been Hidden Sight signing out.